Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, a new survey reveals that Israelis do not perceive the Islamic Republic of Iran nor the BDS movement as Israel's top foreign policy priority. Rather, the improving of relations between Jerusalem and Washington and reaching a peace agreement with the Palestinians and other moderate Arab states. The Palestinian Council for Foreign Relations condemns promises made by U.S. presidential candidates Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during their meetings in New York. A prominent Christian Jordanian writer was shot dead earlier this week in Amman, where he had been on trial for sharing a cartoon deemed offensive to Islam. According to a new survey published by the Israeli Institute for Regional Foreign Policy Mitvim, the Israeli public is unhappy with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government conduct in the international arena. The survey meant to give an accurate description of public opinion in Israel for 2016, touched base on many issues pertaining to foreign policy. It revealed that Israelis are generally dissatisfied with the government's conduct in the international relations, the stalled peace process with the Palestinians, Israel's standing in the international community, the government's foreign policy, and the Israeli Foreign Ministry's performance. The survey showed surprising indication in which Israelis do not perceive the Islamic Republic of Iran nor anti-Israeli boycott, divest, and sanctions movement as their top priorities, rather emphasizing the importance of strengthening Israel's ties with the United States. Two additional issues considered to be central topics are the Israeli-Palestinian peace process and the country's relationship with moderate Arab countries in the chaotic region. Despite a small level of improvement compared to 2015, only 10% of the Israeli public currently feels Israel is doing well in terms of its relationship with other nations and global organizations. A large majority thinks that its foreign policy does not work according to any clear-cut principles, and that the lack of a full-time foreign affairs minister, since Prime Minister Netanyahu also acts as Israel's top diplomat, hurts the country's national security. While the Israeli public at large views Israel as a local power, it does not hold the view anymore that the world is against us, while most of Israel believes that regional cooperation with Arab countries is attainable. With regard to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the survey revealed Israelis believe that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu should present his own solution to the decades-old conflict, with a demand for international incentives for peace, including normalization of relations with Arab countries, U.S. security guarantees, and improving relations with the European Union. Now to another matter, the Palestinian Council for Foreign Relations condemned promises made by U.S. presidential candidates Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during their meeting earlier this week in New York. The statement released said the Palestinian leadership is demanding to stop the use of the Palestinian people in what they refer to as the election stock exchange. The Palestinian Council added that the promises of American presidential candidates and their desire to enhance the chances of winning elections are at the expense of the Palestinian people and their fair rights, and at the expense of principles that they call for, while turning a blind eye to daily crimes committed by Israel against the Palestinian people. The council called on all candidates to stop using the suffering of the Palestinian people to bargain in exchange for their elections, and expected them to stand to the side of the natural rights of the Palestinian people for freedom, independence, and self-determination. The offices of both presidential candidates were not immediately available for comment on the matter. Now to Israel's eastern neighbor, where a prominent Christian Jordanian writer was shot dead earlier this week in front of a courthouse, where he had been on trial for publishing a cartoon deemed offensive to Islam. There were no immediate details on the identity or motive of the gunman, but a Jordanian security source told TV7 that the shooter, who was immediately arrested after the incident, was a 39-year-old Muslim preacher of one of the mosques in Jordan's capital, Amman. In response to the killing, some 200 protesters gathered in front of the Prime Minister's office in the Jordanian capital, speaking out against violence and extremism in the Western-backed Hashemite kingdom.
حرية الرأي مطلقة طالما أنت لم ترتكب جرم. وناهض حتى أصلا لم يقم برسم هذا الكاريكاتير، هو قام فقط بنشره. هذا الكاريكاتير بيشير إلى إله الدواعش وليس إله المسلمين أصلا، فبالتالي لا أعتقد أنه ارتكب جريمة في نشر هذا الكاريكاتير.
هلا الغاية من وجودنا هون نثبت إنه الصوت الحر لازم يضله عايش، الصوت الأردني الحر، بغض النظر عن الطائفة، بغض النظر عن الانتماء، بغض النظر عن الجنس، بغض النظر عن أي اعتبارات أخرى، لازم الصوت الأردني يضله حر بدون اغتيال.
The victim, Naher Attar, a Christian and an anti-Islamist activist, was arrested last month after sharing on social media a cartoon depicting a bearded man in heaven, smoking in bed with women and asking God to bring him wine and clear his dishes, a picture many of Jordan's conservative Muslims considered as deeply offensive. Nevertheless, the assassination of Attar is a rare incident in the US-backed Arab kingdom, whose relative stability has distinguished it from war-ravaged neighbors such as Syria and Iraq. Before his murder, Attar had apologized on social media and said he did not mean to insult God, but had shared the cartoon to mock fundamentalist Sunni Muslim radicals in what he said was their vision of God and heaven. Now to Israel's northern neighbor, where Syria's foreign minister accused the United States of bearing responsibility for the failure of a nationwide cessation of hostilities in his country. Speaking to Al Mayadeen television in New York, where he was attending the UN General Assembly earlier this week, Walid al-Muallim said that Washington could stop the conflict if it really wanted to do so, while stressing that the reluctance of the United States to pressure its regional allies was the cause of the ongoing war.
لو كان لدى الولايات المتحدة إرادة حقيقية بإيجاد حل في سوريا لإنهاء الأزمة لكانت تمكنت من ذلك. لا تقل لي أن الولايات المتحدة لا تستطيع أن تجبر الدول التابعة لها في السعودية وقطر وتركيا من أن يقولوا كفى.
The Syrian top diplomat noted that a ceasefire might be re-established once again if Russia, a main supporter of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, received evidence from Washington that it was indeed serious, echoing statements made by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who cited more than 300 violations committed by rebel groups supported by the United States and its coalition.
فيما لو حصلت روسيا على ما يطمئن بأن الولايات المتحدة جادة في تنفيذ التزاماتها، وخاصة الفصل بين المعارضة المعتدلة كما يطلقون عليها وجبهة النصرة، وبأن النية الأمريكية الحقيقية هي في ضرب جبهة النصرة، وأنها أيضا الولايات المتحدة ستوعز للمستورة بأنها قررت إخراج ملف المحادثات والحوار السوري من موضع كونه رهينة لديها.
Syria's northern district of Aleppo has become the main battleground of the 5.5-year conflict, which claimed the lives of more than 500,000 people. The capital city of the district of Aleppo, which is also called Aleppo, is split into two areas, the one held by the Syrian government, while the other by the Syrian opposition and some Al-Qaeda-linked terror groups. The Syrian army is on the verge of taking over the city, however, which is the largest metropolitan in the war-torn country, a move that, if successful, will mark the most significant victory of President Bashar al-Assad's forces during the course of the bloody civil war. Thank you for watching us. Praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Jonathan Hassan of Erev Tov, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.